Look, everyone's got their way of trying to get into the opponent's head. Obviously, Stromedy, he's a comedic guy. Has he taken it too far and made it a little bit, well, cringe in some people's opinion? Maybe, but look, if it works, it works. He's got a serious entrance music.
Listen, I'm just about to say, if you come out to this, then you're starting something.
Mate, it's going to be gassed.
The word's out that his sparring has been really, really good. And that the only person that really got the better of him was our headliner, Alex Wassabi. So people are saying this lad is on fire at the moment, especially if you go by his sparring.
For sure, and I think, look, you're only going to step in the ring on a stage like this if you truly believe that you can fight and you can win. You know, so he's here for a reason. He looks very focused now. All the fun and games have stopped. So I'm really excited to see what he can do.
The crowd are going, as we can see as well. The crowd are vibing. And it's early in the night. It's early in the night. So I'm telling people, we're in for a treat.
And Vidal, the man we're going to see next coming into the ring, Stromedy's dismissed him as he's too slow, he's too stiff. I'm too fast for him.
Well, you know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's going to have their opinion on what they think of his style, and things like that drive you on to change that. And I expect to see that from him tonight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent, Austin Sprinz.
So Austin Sprinz making his way to the ring. It's his boxing debut. Word is he's big, he's strong, but as I said, he's really let Stromedy get under his skin. He said this has gone too far, especially over his white Porsche.
Pando killed the beat.
Money up, I'm chillin'. If everybody loves me, you can't pay me as a villain. Bitch, your punches leave a sting, but mine are killing. You're coming in pedestrian, but rolling now, willing. You're feeling shaking, bro, you're nervously revealing. I know you got no plan, cause who would plan to put your name on the main stage? Left your dignity back in the stone. If you'll do anything for views, imagine what you don't say. Don't talk, I'm coming down your block. And if I hear a peep, I'm gonna stop, you're gonna drop. Let's roll, I'm fired up, I'm hotter than a coal. I just post a video, the view's out of control. If you wanna get past me, you're gonna have to pay the toll. Cause once I step inside the ring, I'll put you in a hole. CEO, you're not, your whole team is a flop. You're the only one with views and subs, the rest you'll probably stop. I'm kidding, wait no I'm not. It costs a lot to take my ass up to the top. Almost caught up to your subs, I started last year top. I swear you've been at this for years when it's supposed to pop. Cause you're not even gonna fight. I see you booked your flight up to Miami non-stop. You're running like you're running for the cops. Wait, is this gonna be like Bryce all over again? Shit, I hope not. From capital, Toronto is your city. Then why you out here in LA trying to look pretty? You're paying for your clout, but 5K won't get you that far. Cause bro, I swear you've been doing this just out of pity. London is my city, bitch! They all my city. Now Kyle, do me a favor real quick, brother. Purr like a good kitty.
Wow, what an entrance. I mean, so cool. The man looks so calm and relaxed.
Listen, go on, Joe.
Look, when you come in like that and you look the opponent in the eyes with a man rapping beside you saying exactly what you're going to do to him. Right. I don't know, it all looks a bit weird. It must be a US thing. For me, I don't know.
It has to be a US thing, but I guess they're bringing the energy. They're bringing the energy. You know, you got to manifest these things, and there's nothing like having the guy rap what you're about to do to your opponent right next to you.
But more important than that, lip syncing perfectly at the same time, as if you haven't got a care in the world.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Showstar Boxing live on Showstar TV pay-per-view is now set for 4 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. We introduce first fighting out of the red corner. A 23-year-old standing 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 76.5 kilograms or 168.65 pounds. With 3.5 million YouTube subscribers, he fights out of Toronto, Canada, introducing Stromedy! And his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, a 25-year-old standing 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 77 kilograms even or 169.75 pounds. With over 20 million TikTok and YouTube subscribers, he says Stromedy is a clown and fights out of Arizona, USA, introducing Austin Sprinz. When the action begins, your referee in charge is Mr. Ken Curtis.
Okay, lads, you both know the rules. So when I say break, you take a step back. In the event of a boxer going down, the other one goes to a neutral corner. Okay? Shake hands. Best of luck, both of you.
Well, as with our opening bout, a statement of intent firmly committed there by Austin Sprinz. Stromedy's a clown.
It's time to prove it. You know, the talking is done. I can feel the intensity in the room right now, which is why I was a bit silent. But I'm ready to see this.
Both men orthodox and careful start here, but it is Sprinz looking to come and Stromedy said he's slow.
Oh, but he's back. Sprinz is back with a counter. So, good shots. We're seeing intent here. We saw finesse in the last fight. We're seeing intent in this fight.
Well, what's happening immediately, Joe, is Austin Sprinz is planting his feet with every shot.
Yeah, completely, and I think that's what, with a lot of these influencer fights, you get quite an explosive start. There's a lot of action early on, but the guys soon realise that planting your feet and throwing those heavy shots takes its toll on the body.
I'm very impressed by the composure of the guys in the ring tonight. I feel like Alaram started off not composed, but he found it very quickly. Both guys have began this fight with composure, and it's good to see.
Maybe he's thinking that Austin, that adrenaline dump might come, and the second and third rounds might be a different equation.
For sure, I think fatigue settles in very quickly in boxing, especially if it's your first few times in the ring. Nerves can eat at you as well as your opponent's tactics. And I think Stromedy right now is, as you can see in the replay here, Sprinz is getting a lot of shots, so Stromedy is having his successes as well. But it's quite back and forth action right now, but Sprinz has got the advantage.
But Joe, you said something about Stromedy's demeanour that caught your eye. You still think there's more there, don't you?
Yeah, I feel like he's being quite reserved, and it wouldn't surprise me if, like, one of the #1 things that his trainer has said to him is, do not gas out too early. This is a however many round fight. You need to save yourself, so that may just be part of the tactics.
Agreed. I'd like to see Stromedy up the pace a little bit in this second round.
So round 2 of 3, and as the lad said, it's been back and forward, maybe edged by the aggression of Austin Sprinz, but Joe feels there's more in the tank here for Stromedy. We're going to find out in this middle round of 3, and he is already firing back a lot more.
Exactly, and I think unless you do start firing within the first at least 2 rounds.
Oh, good right hook there from Sprinz, I heard that.
Yeah, completely. Unless you if you don't start firing early enough, then the fight starts getting away from you. You know, you realise the other guy's got the momentum, the upper hand, he's connecting more, and your confidence starts dropping. So, yeah, it's good to see Stromedy really trying to engage here.
Well, what we're seeing as well from the, during this fight is Sprinz is using a crouch as his defense. Stromedy is coming in with his chin high, throwing straight punches. If he can change those to uppercuts, he might have more success on his attacks.
Yeah, picking up on that, Joe, if you look at Sprinz, it's a typical, American boxing style, where, as he says, comes from that crouch, pushes forward.
Exactly. He's got his arms around his hips. He's not going with a high guard. He's not looking to shell up. He's, if anything, just putting his chin in the air and swinging.
I may be wrong, but to me it looks like Sprinz is starting to fatigue and his pace is starting to slow. He's not pushing as much as he was in the first round, and Stromedy may take the fight over him.
He did take a big right hand there as well in that exchange, didn't he? Stromedy came over the top just like that with that right hand.
Exactly, and we're seeing both fighters now taking deep breaths. That was a nice shot. That was a nice shot. You can't take time for breaths as we're seeing here. You know, you need to be switched on the whole time, and Sprinz looks like he's got a bit more of a spring in his step now that he's connecting.
Yes, the success sometimes gives you extra energy. It feels that way anyway.
He's hurt here, though. He's hurt here.
Stromedy with a big finish to the round. Good shots he put together there.
Joe, as Vidal said, right at the end of the round, an explosive finish from Stromedy. Left.
For me, I believe Sprinz has just edged that. He was more active in the fight. I believe he probably connected more overall as well. So, yeah, Sprinz has got that for me.
I can understand where Joe's coming from, but Stromedy had those moments, didn't he? But not maybe long enough in each round.
You know what, as he was piling the pressure on and he thought Sprinz was done, he proved he wasn't. He said, no, I'm still here. The punches are still coming back. And it makes a fighter reluctant because you realize the danger is still apparent. It's still there.
I mean, looking at these replays, Stromedy, he did connect. Like, it's not a straight line that you can just say, oh yeah, one fighter completely dominated. It was a 50-50. I mean, look at this.
Back and forth action.
And that's what we like to see. It's going to be very difficult for the judges. But what I liked about both men, they weren't punch shy. They stayed there. Oh, is there another round? This is round 4 coming up.
Yes, this is a 4 2-minute round.
Oh, 4. There's my mistake. This is great. I thought that was all over.
Oh, no.
No, this round is probably the decider. If anything, this could be a deciding round.
And it's Stromedy who starts strong.
Aggressive straight away.
He's kind of got his gum shield half out of his mouth, though.
The whole fight.
That is so strange. If that gets hit, that may end up down his gullet.
Well, Sprinz is adding the pressure on right now with a continuous attack.
And it's brought the crowd back to life because, as we said, this is such a seesaw back and forward.
He's still working. He's not being held. He's pushing. Oh, what's happened?
There's that gum
Oh,
shield.
he got one for pushing. He got one for pushing.
He doesn't telegraph that right, but fatigue, you feel, is playing a part now.
Completely. I think shots are more telegraphed by the fighters. You know, as they fatigue, they're not as sharp, they're not as explosive, but they're also, you know, their defenses
still going.
Yeah, they're still going, and their defenses aren't great either. So something may get through.
And again, you see big, deep breaths there from Stromedy, but it is a 4th round. Their cardio for me has been very impressive because the work rate has been high in this bout.
The work rate has been high from both guys. I can see the fatigue in them now, but it's understandable. They didn't stare at each other and get tired. You know, they're oh, lovely 1-2 from Stromedy.
And they're still exchanging.
It won't surprise me if Sprinz absolutely bounces back because he's been taking hits all fight. But this may be one too much.
And he throws back. He's still okay. He's there. He's live.
Oh, this is excellent. I mean, both men have soaked up pressure. Both have taken very clean, hard shots, and they're still throwing. The fatigue's there. It might not have the stat, but the determination is still there, and the work rate is still there.
This is what the people come to see. Both guys leaving everything out there, and I'm pretty sure we're going to hear a round of applause.
Oh, what a 4th round. And again, so close, back and forward. Different levels this time because of the fatigue, but still back and forward.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what this crowd is. That's what they've paid to see. You know, two fighters that are not willing to give up when they get a bit tired or throw the towel in themselves if they're feeling like they're getting beat. You know, taking the knee, etc. They've stepped up to the plate. They've said, I want to win this fight. I don't care if I get hit and I get put down. Obviously, neither fighter did eventually go down, but they've shown the will to win and hopefully earned the respect of one another.
After 3 rounds, but that 4th round, you suddenly start double guessing again. You're second guessing yourself because it was such a good back and forward round. And again, what I loved about both men is neither gave the judges reason to think they were under pressure and shying away. They stayed in the face of their opponent even when they were taking the shots.
A lot of guts, a lot of heart, a lot of hard preparation in training.
Well, you talk about respect. We talked about the possible real grudge beforehand. Just there we saw that's all gone. That fight has knocked out the grudge out of them. There was just mutual respect there from both coaches and both fighters.
Exactly, and that is what this is honestly all about. You can do all the talking. There's a lot of fight talk involved, you know, a lot of disrespect that we see in the build-up to these fights.
That is why people love the sport of boxing. Honestly, it's the respect that you get to see in both guys afterwards.
Key moments now as we wait for the official decision, and here in the commentary box we're really not sure who's going to get this. One of these men could be disappointed. I'm thinking, like Joe, that maybe, guys, we get the draw here.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for both fighters. Come on. Four rounds, and we go to your judges for the decision. And our judges scored about 39-38, 39-37, and 38-38, declaring your winner by majority decision in the red.
With the decision, if the decision went the other way, I wouldn't argue either. I think Stromedy landed the cleaner punches, and Sprinz, we were giving him credit for his heart that was being shown, but if we're scoring it as a boxing match, I can see how Stromedy got this.
And Joe, that it split the judges shows that they were conflicted as us. It was close.
It was very close, and
Stromedy,
it depends what you're looking at. But here we
that first round,
here we have an interview.
It looked like it was tough out there for that first round. What was the game plan in the first round, and how did you move on?
I was just trying to reserve my energy. It was just about reserving the cardio at that point. I lost track of time in the fourth round, but I had a little more in me. The bell went before I could unload.
How does it feel to be able to keep both of your houses?
That feels great. I'm not going to be homeless.
Did you guys...
Porsches, too.
Did you guys finally sign that contract?
No, we didn't end up signing it. So everyone, he keeps his Porsches, I keep my houses. We're happy.
Now, talk to me. What was it like coming out here? A massive crowd. There was some boos when you was coming out as well, but I think you've won yourself some fans. What was it like?
This is hands down the craziest experience of my life. Thank you, UK. Thank you, everyone watching at home. Thank you, Don, staff, Leo, Yana, I love you. Austin, fair play. That's crazy, man. I'm gonna remember this forever.
And now talk to me. Everyone wants to know what happens next.
Wherever the road takes me, I'm down to fight anyone. I'm gonna focus on YouTube for a little bit. But, yeah, I'm down, whatever.
I think we want NA Production from Dubai. Bring it. You talking smack, you can get it too. We love you, UK. Coach Staff in the building.
Coach Staff in the building.
Oh, congratulations, and enjoy it, and enjoy the rest of the show. Wow. What a tremendous first round out there.